welcome back to the Grinding Gears podcast, babies and gals. I say babies to the boys because that's what I'm here for. But I'm joined today by Taysir. We're going to be getting deep. We both been going through some heart-wringing.
Of course.
So we're going to get hella deep without putting too many.
Entire podcast.
We're definitely editing out a lot of this podcast.
but just have it for, a copy just for me and you. So you always
I'll save it for when I'm like 30. Alright, let me move the mic and adjust this shit.
You can hear me? Well, let's ease into the podcast a little bit. A little off topic, but what's your opinion on the Super League, bro? I want to hear this. This is an actual good debate. I feel like.
I actually don't watch soccer that much to actually fucking care about it.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, from what I've seen with the whole like growing up playing soccer and shit, obviously, and like everybody else in fucking England who's mad about it.
Yeah, tight.
I do think it's a little bit disgusting that the rich is gonna keep getting richer, but I think at the same time, who gives a fuck? Like, it was bound to happen. Everybody knew that this was gonna happen. Same thing happened with every other sport. Every other sport became so fucking big that America isolated it, or another country isolated it. And like, look at the UEFA, right? No other, literally, it's only European conference, and I think this should be a worldwide thing. I've always thought that since I was a kid, because I always wanted to see American teams in there. That's the only way that they'll get better. And
that's a fact.
And how you get better is by fucking allowing the shitty people to, like, I mean, not the shitty people, but like the shitty teams to fucking participate. Let them get better. Let them learn how top class fucking teams play. Because if you're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in Denmark, in Schlossberg, you're not gonna have you're not gonna have the same type of skill as someone who grew up in like fucking Lancaster or someone who grew up in like Barcelona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, just that minor difference right there. Even though it is Europe, and even though Mischbergens are fucking way better than Americans, right? They could be way better than Americans. They're still not going to be at the same level, and they're not ever going to be able to achieve that unless they take decades of working through the fucking ranks of going through the Denmark league, moving up until you reach the top. And I get it. That's fine. Like, I understand the aspect of like winner takes all, winner has to work his ass off. Like, you have that fucking the warrior story of like how someone overcomes something
victor
crazy.
goes
Exactly.
the spoils.
That's a nice story. Like Leicester City. When they won the league, you know what I'm saying? That's a
and
fucking
then their best
story.
players, they sold their best players right after.
Fucking retards. But my thing with that is, like, a team like that actually had a taste of top soccer versus that Schwarzenberger team is going to be playing against teams in Denmark. And even though there's the top team in Denmark, they're nowhere close to the top team in England. So if you face the top team, you're going to fucking learn how they play. You're going to literally just absorb it. You're going to be like, wow, I ain't never seen somebody do that move and pass it before. And you're going to fucking try to attempt that shit at practice. And eventually probably get that shit down.
Yeah. I mean, my opinion, being someone who's watched soccer on like a obviously not like, so I'm not a traditionalist or anything like that. I've only watched it a few years from being in charge around Bosnians, and it was like the World Cup that year, and I had just gotten into it. I watch like Premier League games here and there, and I keep in tune with Barcelona and Real Madrid through like, you know what I'm saying, Bleacher Report, so I'm not a huge fan. But I think from the outside looking in, without all the ramifications, I thought it was an amazing idea. I thought that having the 12 best teams just compete against one another was something that would allow for like the best competition. You know what I'm saying? It's even in Champions League. It's
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Even in like the Champions League, bro. There's a lot of teams that get to participate that we know aren't gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Like the second best team in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? There's no way they're winning. You know what I'm saying? They're probably not leaving the group stage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're never going to be able to leave that group stage. There's no competition.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as like what FIFA is threatening, like they're threatening the players that participate won't be allowed to be in the World Cup, like on their national team. Yeah, the FIFA doesn't want it to happen. The teams wouldn't be allowed into their own leagues anymore. And listen, like I said, I'm from the outside looking in, but it seems to be an actual real conflict right now.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you're a player.
It's the history of football at stake.
Yeah, imagine you're a player from Spain that plays for Arsenal or some shit, and they're part of the Super League, and you're one of the best players in the world, but you pride yourself more on your national team than playing for this team. So boom, you leave the Super League and you play for your country, and all the top tier players, let's say they all want to play for their national country, then you got 12 teams with mediocre players. You know, so what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That was a power move by FIFA, I thought, by
fire.
saying that. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I feel like is about to happen next, is seeing which player, if they follow through with not letting players play for the national team, I would love to see which players stayed on.
It's gonna be the real niggas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the real niggas that aren't there for money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know too much about it because I stopped watching soccer like that. But what I do know is that, like I just said, the history of football is at stake because, I mean, all of soccer so far has literally been teams working their asses off to build and, like, you know what I mean? You get to grow and watch your team. Like, growing up, Bayern, fucking shit when I was a kid. When I hit 13,
Really?
these niggas were fucking, they just won the UEFA League. I'm like, oh, like, who's Bayern? Started paying attention to these niggas, and now they've been my team ever since. But that's because they took that long to fucking build up, and now it's like they're still going through that build up, and they still want to be the top league, like, team in the world, and everybody's changing, every other team simultaneously, just like humans do. So it's like, I think growing with your team and just watching them do what you've always known, you know what I mean, kind of brings that beauty to European soccer, because it's like everybody loves their city. You literally watch, like, people from fucking Liverpool fight, literally actual fist fights with people from Manchester United, a city, or Manchester United or some shit. All over
A
soccer.
football game, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Really
not even
passionate.
like they was playing. They wasn't even playing. They was in the stands. But that's how much it means to them.
Super
so it's
prideful.
Like the fucking,
Super
I can
prideful.
imagine how much the outroar is in Europe right
Yeah.
now. Because, like, here it's like, I mean, we not getting into that shit. We're worried about basketball and football.
Yeah.
Really. And, I mean, baseball, I feel like baseball is like the little brother that
Well-
everybody just brings with them to chill because they have to. You know, like, their mom's not going to let them out.
Well, baseball is the most traditional out of all American sports. It's been on the decline
Oh, okay,
a
so he's
lot.
not the little brother. He's the grandpa that just sits in
Yeah,
the corner.
he's the
Like,
grand.
that's-
It's
really-
like, yeah,
that's
you're
the
out of
question.
tune. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really change the rules too much. They've been trying to do get better at changing the rules to spice up the game, but it's pretty much
It's a simple fucking game.
Yeah.
You hit a ball with a stick.
yeah.
But-
It's pretty boring too. But I did play baseball. I mean, it is what it's what it's called. It's America's pastime. Like, literally, like, if I'm bored with literally legitimately nothing to watch, it's like, all right, the Yankees are on. Fuck it.
I can
You know what I'm
imagine
saying?
back in the 50s wanting to go to a fucking baseball game. Your fucking wife has been badgering you because you haven't been paying attention to her for the last 15 years. Your kids are wondering, like, if you could play with them, but you fucking don't want
The only
to.
love you have on your life is when you turn on that radio and it's the Yankee nigga.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
wait,
can
bro.
talk- Oh, bro, Max, stop fucking moving, please, bro. This is why I can't stand having him here when I'm doing the podcast. But,
Go ahead, though.
yeah, bro, and you fucking, your boys hit you up like, hey, wanna go get a beer ski and head to the Yankee game? And they're like, well, you know what? I think I will. Well, Meredith has been annoying me recently, so I think I will. And he goes out and eats hot dogs and fucking chills with his best friends and watches dudes just hit a ball and either walk or run to a base. Like, it's just I don't know. For me, at least, it's the most boring shit ever. When I went to one, I fell asleep. Max, please fucking stop. Like, I'm a really spaz. I'm gonna have to cut this off the podcast right here. 'Cause I'm a really spaz on this nigga. Fucking stay.
He's like
I
a
had to
baby.
wrap this nigga up like a baby. He dead ass is, bro. He's a little fucking, he's like a little brother, bro.
Annoying ass.
Please, Max, please, stay. Everything out. But, yeah, man, I find it hilarious that people fucking think that they're not a type, but then do the exact same shit.
Yeah, like that's why it's hard for me to, like, I try to explain it and
You can't tell people.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can't let that out, because if you tell them, they're gonna think, okay, well, this is what he thinks of me, not what I actually am, type shit. But it's like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, I looked at a diagram and I see the diagram playing out.
literally, like, bro, like,
And how defend and like my thing is, hey, listen, if you guys ever meet me and Taysir and we type you with some psychology bullshit, we start talking about like INF or ENF, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? All these acronyms, just go with it.
Yeah.
All right. Just understand that we know.
don't think it's like 5 minutes of research we put into this.
Like I've had to do this for myself first, and then do it for other people, just to make sure it's not like horoscopes.
Just that ass, because I do not believe in them.
Yeah, I'm not no sun in Aquarius or like my
Yeah,
moon
bro,
is in
like,
fucking my
because
ass.
how it be, bro, is people will be like, oh, you're in Aquarius, and they'll be like, Aquarius do this, or Aquarius act like that, but then it's like you get into why, and
Yeah.
then it's like foggy.
And then
You know what I'm saying?
that's what I mean is by those like sun and moon and like where you're when you wake up in the morning versus where you end as
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Shit
just
that.
like,
All right,
yeah.
bro. I think I'm gonna go with the 4 personalities instead of this fucking trigram
Mm-hmm.
of a million webs from different stars and shit that are gonna tell me about my life.
Yeah.
And also, don't tell me about my life.
Exactly.
I want to be able to change my life. Like, and that's the thing about personality types. I feel like a lot of people like skip over and miss is like you're not bound to that. You have 4 personality types inside of you, and they alternate, and you can like build one up more than another at a different time in your life. But when you deny it, I hope you know that is the most whatever personality type thing that whatever personality type you are is the most whatever it is. That
It
you
was
can-
like, I knew you were gonna react like that.
Yes, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, let's see, ESTPs, so fucking, what's that shit called when they, second guessing. So second guessing. They do not want to believe in that shit. They're like, bro, people are going to tell me how I live my life?
Yeah, I'd rather like find out like through other niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I live life in the real world. Like, all right, yeah, that's that right there. That's the exact shit that we were talking about. Or an INTP is like, well, nobody can actually make you who you are or confine you to who you are. You are you, and you need to just go with it, man.
Bro, I've never met a 9FP that just actually believed it. Like, they were always like, nah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then a few of them like, I'm an
Especially
INFJ.
INFPs are
Yeah.
the most cynical about that.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, read this article, read that article, read this.
Yeah, let me send you some videos real quick, and then watch you.
Watch this, please. Actually, watch this
So that
half-an-hour
one time
video.
when I forgot the milk and I put it inside the cupboard instead of putting it inside the refrigerator, that was because I was an INFP.
This whole time,
This
right?
whole time, man.
This whole time.
I'm just retarded. I'm not saying INFPs are retarded. INFJs are definitely more retarded. But you know what else I realized?
What?
I realized that there's a bond between like genius and stupidity. So like if you're so stupid and so oblivious to everything around you, your mind is free. You're able to just think without meditating, right? Like think about I'm sure Joe Rogan and shit. Not Joe Rogan. Seth Rogen and shit, right? So when he wrote his Superbad movie and he was in college with his boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely just fucking high as fuck and just acting stupid. You know what I mean? But they were so stupid that they were smart. It was so fucking genius because it was different. Not no one ever seen a movie like that, but like no one ever seen a Seth Rogen-esque movie like that. Like there's always been ones where he didn't write it, but then when you can actually see the writing in it, you're like, this is fucking genius because this is actually how people are. Like it's not like it's funny, but it's because you can relate to it.
Yeah.
You know three retards who want to go to a party, so they go through all this crazy, stupid shit.
Yo, mind you, I haven't watched all of Superbad for some reason. I've always just fell off.
Bro,
but
I fall asleep
McLovin is literally the most hilarious movie character. Like I've never.
It was either that or Muhammad. Why the fuck would it be Muhammad? Do your research.
Yeah.
The second most popular name in the world. It was like, have you
Yo,
ever
do you
seen
remember the
Muhammad?
scene where? Remember the scene where the girl like had like a wedgie or some shit, and he was like looking at the wedgie? Do you remember that?
It wasn't a wedgie. It was she was wearing a thong, like a G-string.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And
He was staring at her. He
turned-
kept walking.
Yo, is he an INTP? What do you think?
I think he's an INTP for sure.
Bro,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I think he is. And I think Michael Cera.
Which one was that?
The skinny friend, not Jonah Hill.
Oh, the one that's in that Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I was hoping he was gonna say that. But that's a weird movie.
I loved it. I loved that so much, bro. Yet to watch it high. I gotta do it. I'm probably gonna do it tonight. Now that we're having this conversation, I gotta watch that movie high as
No,
balls.
you know what I gotta watch high as balls? Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Watch Bad Trip.
Bad
Go
Trip.
put me onto
Oh
Bad
yeah,
Trip.
you told me about it. Text me about it right now,
funny,
actually.
bro. We'll do it after.
What?
I don't want to fucking get distracted. But yeah, bro. Like there's that bond between stupidity and genius. Like you really honestly do need brain. And you need room in your brain. And either you're so fucking smart that you've realized that like you need to just be dumb and oblivious, or you're just dumb and oblivious and never needed to realize that you needed to be dumb and oblivious. You just literally lived your life. And I feel like that's where the actual genius lies, which is also kind of why we have a fucked up world too. I will say that. Like
Why?
not everything that you find like these epiphanies or like these psalms or some shit. I don't know what the hell to call them.
What?
Like these realizations. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead.
So it's like, fuck. What was I saying?
Epiphanies, realizations.
But before that.
Um.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So
I did.
sometimes you don't need that epiphany. Like, look at a movie, right?
Yeah.
You ever notice that the character in there is never aware that they're a leader. They're never aware that they are something bigger or they are something else.
Okay,
It's
I can
always
kind of
like
understand what you mean.
they just feel different and just act accordingly.
Yeah.
Like, I guess in
Yeah.
the sense of like ESTP, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I'm not saying ESTPs are fucking dumb. They're smart as shit. But in the sense of like just allowing the flow rather than hyper controlling it.
Yeah.
Because when you hyper control and shit like that, like let's be real. If we were to have more of a free school system, right? You would see a lot more I guess you would see more like people thriving in that environment. You'd see more people finding who they are in school and finding out what they want to do in school. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No, it's because like it's like school's like, oh, here's these subjects right here. Learn these subjects.
Well, that's what I mean though. It's
Yeah.
like, there's that controlling aspect.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Rather than it's like, rather you go into school to learn.
And actually using intelligence to understand that flow is what creates you. Flow is what allows you to live, and you living and learning at the same time is not. Like learning is not living, if that makes sense. You just learn until you learn how to live, I guess.
What?
Right?
I'm a little confused.
Like so, like you're in school from kindergarten until fucking college.
Yeah.
Right? And like everybody makes
What
you
the
go
fuck? I
to
think you just blew my
college.
mind. Go ahead.
Everybody just makes you go to college and shit, so you can learn literally how to learn how to do shit in the real world. But like, there hits a time eventually in everybody's life when you're 30, 40, whatever. You hit a certain point where you're just like, I haven't been living. Like this is not living. This cannot be living. But it's like you were just learning how to learn your whole life, and you took that with you into the real world. So now all you're doing is learning how to learn, rather than just trying to understand what it is you learned.
Okay, you lost me at the end. I thought you had me.
So when you learn how to learn, right? It's like thinking how to think, type shit.
What?
So you think about thinking, right?
Yeah, of course.
You learn about learning.
So in school you learn how to learn different information. You're basically saying.
Yes, exactly. And so
Okay,
then
go
when
ahead.
people graduate, they take that into their real life.
Word.
And so then they instead of finding who they are and truly living and making their impact on the world or in their community, which will technically spread like a fucking, probably more than coronavirus, because if you think about it, happiness is kind of is a virus. You fucking are happy around people, they're probably going to be happier.
Yeah.
The vibe is good. They're going to bring that vibe later
Yeah, go ahead,
throughout the
continue
world.
that.
But when you only have that ability to learn, you have no
Real world.
experience. You have no way to make what is in your head go into the real
You
world.
have no way to materialize it.
Yes, that's the word, materializing it. So
Yeah.
it's like if you have no way of materializing it and you've only learned what people tell you and literally how to learn, because that's all we do. We learn, like,
Learn 20, like, bro, like
every fucking day. Every scientist throughout history, every day, anything that they brought us, there was a point in their time where they were doing the same thing, where they were only learning how to learn, and the ones that made the biggest impacts were the ones that just understood what they learned rather than just sat there and trying to have everybody teach them something. You know what I'm saying? You become the teacher.
Whoa. That's a little bit crazy, I think, what you just said.
I hope that made sense for all y'all at home, because that was hard to fucking get out.
Listen, man. The way it is with me, man, it's like after I dropped out of college and you know what I'm saying, I'm living day-to-day life, and like I'm on a different timeline than, you know what I'm saying, a typical high schooler or college kid at this point. But I still have friends.
Typical adult, you're over 18.
Yeah. And you know, my friends, they're on their timeline, and it's just like, it's strange because it's like they got I think you told me it's like 4 years, bro. Like they got their own story going on. You know what I'm saying? Like of college from freshman year.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to.
I don't know if I told you that, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like oh, I gotta do this much. I gotta focus on this right now because I only got this amount of time left.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's why people like college can be bad for some people, because like they'll just.
You get too hyper controlling. You think that you can control every aspect of your life only because you can control when you put in your assignments, you control whether or not you do your homework, whether or not you eat. But that's not actual life. Mm-hmm. That's still living to learn. You're just taking the next step and not wanting to grow up. When you grow up, you truly look inside. You truly try to understand what is life. Why is life?
Why the fuck am I doing this?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Why do I have to go to school? And from when I get why, but I'm saying like understanding why you have to go to school from fucking kindergarten until you're an adult. You know what I mean? And then taking what you learn and applying that afterward, so that you can make money and contribute to our fucking like society and our world, while also achieving your dreams, while also trying to like live your purpose. But most people don't even search for their purpose because they've never understood what it is they learned.
Yeah, they just hopped right in it.
Yeah, everything that you learned and everything that you've taken in, there may be stuff like you can't remember how to do certain multiplication and shit. Your brain just don't work like that, okay? Stop fucking trying to do calculus and be a fucking accountant. You're not one. You're an artist. Just be an artist. You like to draw. You like to paint. Stop doing numbers.
Do what you love.
Do what you fucking love, and you're gonna change the world, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It's literally an acid complex, right? Where it's like an acid complex, an acid thing where it's like you can't be aware of it, but you need to be, and at this like, I guess balance within everything. You need to have that structure that school gives you, but at the same time be free thinking enough to understand and keep learning while also keep teaching.
Don't go to school because everyone else is going to school. Go to school for your own. Like, I think it was like, I think it was a quote where somebody like said like, don't work for college, make the college work for you. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I say it in a different way. I say, I don't want to chase the bag, I want the bag to chase me. Mm-hmm. And that's how you become the product. Because what do you use money for? A product. What are people going to pay you for later? A product. And if you yourself can't create a product, you have to become one. You have to literally become something that is like a tool that can be used in the sphere of humanity, like fucking C.S. Joseph said.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all play our fucking part. And when you understand what your part is, you're able to flow freely and you feel better, man. Like you deadass feel like living every day isn't a hassle, and it's more of a blessing.
Yeah.
It honestly is.
Deep appreciation.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like, I gotta work every day for somebody else who's just getting richer. You know, I'm just fucking sitting here struggling, and like I can't even pay for my baby's diapers and the fucking breast milk and shit like that. I mean, the terrible breast milk and shit.
It's a terrible existence.
It's a fucking shitty one when you're especially thinking about how you're gonna survive all the time. But if you have an abundance of things around you, and too much of an abundance, you become unhappy again. Because then it's like, well, what am I gonna do with all this stuff? Now I have to use all of this stuff, and you literally go from being a slave to someone else to being a slave to something inanimate, something that's not even living, something that cannot have emotions and does not give a flying fuck about your life. And if you fucking find appreciation in the real things, like music, fucking making shoes, painting walls. If you deadass want to be a fucking painter and you don't want to paint on a canvas, you just want to do fucking walls, bro, go do fucking walls, man.
Well, I seen a quote on Twitter, and I think it was like Picasso or some shit said that every kid is like an artist, but like we forgot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, and plus, I feel like what makes you an artist is the ability to see art in the smallest things.
Well, that's true. I agree.
Literally, the smallest things.
What typically happens is people who want to be artists, right? They go out and, especially, you know what I'm saying, young kids, they draw pictures. Oh, look at this. Look what I did. You know what I'm saying? I want to be this. But you get rejected or you get judged. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's not even rejected. It's that judgment.
Yeah.
That's what instills that anxiety in us from a young age.
You're scared.
Scared to be you.
Exactly. So you just hold that shit in, and you never build up with what you previously had.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And I feel that a lot too. Like even within myself.
That's a fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I'm able to see. That's why I feel like I'm able to put people on to what they truly want to do and put them on that path. Is because it's like, yo, bro, I've been in your position. I know what it feels like to not truly live up to your full potential and be scared at the same time of wasting that potential your whole life trying to figure out what it is. Like, fuck, man, it's so weird. Like, you spend so long that ass like being yourself and making these decisions. Then one day you forget who you are. You know, and it's not like you just forget who you are. Like you just said, the rejection, that all that. Like the judgment, everything does have an impact on you, and like you think that your friends won't like you because you fucking paint. They're gonna think you're a pansy, bro. Go fucking paint, bro.
Yeah.
Go fucking paint, and I promise you, bro, if you show me or show someone who actually appreciates that shit, you're gonna feel way better. You're gonna feel like you actually did something that's worth doing. Hold up, I got a fucking quote.
Look at this nigga.
Fuck! No, it's not. But it's not a quote, it was a fortune cookie thing, but it came to me at the perfect time in life. It was like anything worth doing is worth doing? No. Anything worth it is worth doing, or something like that. Yeah, anything worth it is worth doing, or some shit like that. But it made sense to me in that moment, because it's like, if to you deep down, if it is worth doing, it's gonna make an impact. You're gonna tap into something that you didn't even know existed. You can't be aware of your entire brain, because look at the Lucy movie, right? They told us we can only use 10% of our brain, and I mean, I'm sure it wasn't true, but still, to think of only 10%
She did turn into
of
a god by like the end of it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you were to think about it, like 10% of your brain, right? Like, imagine 10% of $100. $10, right? You still need, what, 10 more? 9 more? Yeah, you need 9 more. 9 more 10s to make up the 100.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You
I
feel
thought
me?
you meant like 9 more
No,
dollars.
we still got fucking 9/10 untouched up there. So, like, if you're tapping into something, if something's making you feel a certain way and you can't even put your finger on it, like, it's like you're not even conscious of it, even though you kind of are. It's you. Deep down, right?
Yeah.
That's you making those decisions and telling yourself, like, all right. I use this analogy because it helps me use the imagery a lot better. When Naruto was underneath the waterfall, right? If you guys aren't weebs, you guys won't know. But Naruto, he was underneath the waterfall, and he had to literally battle himself. Like, out of the waterfall came all the hate and resentment that was inside of him. Everything that basically comes from fulfilling your ego. You know what I mean? And fulfilling what is not you and what wants to change you. And instead of like he realized at the end like he can't fight it because it's just as strong as him because it is him. You're fighting a losing battle because both of you are both as strong as fucking you because it's you, and you need to just love yourself because he dead ass. I remember he at the end when he finally had that realization of like this is what it's supposed to be. He just reached in and hugged him instead of punching him.
Dead ass.
You know what I'm saying? And when he did that,
he just embraced his demons.
and literally his demons themselves like turned into him. Like
stop running from them, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Turn and face them shits. Turn on the lights. There's probably nothing there. Boom.
That's tough.
Yeah, man. Just go with the flow of life. Wu Wei. Wu Wei. Be the river. Be the river. Be the wind. I feel like this is why I belong in Japan. Because like back then they used to think about shit like this in Asia. They'd just be sitting there looking at like a fucking pond with a bunch of koi in it. And they're like, we're all just koi inside of a swimming pond.
I mean,
we're all different and unique with our own little specks, but we're all just koi.
In my meditation book, it talk about like how if we like really truly pay attention, it's like nothing. It's like nothingness, but it's like beauty in the nothingness.
Yeah,
it's like not empty.
Because there's always something when there is nothing, right? So like for there to be nothing, there would have to be the lack of something, and that something is those overwhelming thoughts that you think every day, those intrusive ones, like that pink elephant thing. So it's like when there is nothing, finally in your head, you're able to laugh, you're able to think, you're able to feel.
Like sometimes, like I just chill in my room, and I leave my window open, and the sun just hits the floor, and whenever I get a clear head, I just kind of look back and look, not even reflect, not even think, just kind of embrace where I am right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll remind myself to be in that present moment rather than just think of that as just the sun going through the blinds and shit. It's
oh
like,
shit, I gotta do this in the next 15 minutes. Or I gotta watch
shouldn't be sitting here fucking looking at this. Like, nah, let me just enjoy this for this moment. Because, like, I mean, shit, let's be real. It's amazing that sunlight even passes through glass. Imagine if it never did. Imagine if glass wasn't transparent to light and it hit it like a wall and there was no light in your room. You had only artificial light. You could never see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe open window.
Huh?
Maybe if I open the window.
Oh, yeah, sure, if you open the window.
But
yeah,
like, I know what you mean. Fact.
Yeah, and you would never be able to find that beauty if you weren't present in that moment to experience it and to remember that and to think about when you reflect and when you do need that clear mental head. Because remember that totem shit you were talking about before? I'd be thinking about that a lot, and like tiny little items are your totem. It's the little shit that you would never think matters to you. But that's what matters. It's the shit that you think about and you can attach your thoughts and basically psychonaut. Like travel the universe of your mind by using an object to get you there. To help, instead of having those turbulent, like imagine a time machine, right? And like you keep going, if the time machine itself, right, is oh, actually never, I'm sorry, that was a stupid analogy. So, let's say you were holding on to a book in the time machine, and the time machine took you back to when that book was written. But you were trying to get back to like 10 years before that. You know what I mean? Like you need something from that moment to get you there. So I watched Synchronic yesterday, and that's what put that thought in my head. I'm not gonna ruin the movie, but it's a really good one. Like if you guys like trippy shit and like acid and DMT and shit, watch it, bro. Because it's like not scary, but it's a little bit gory. But it's not like, it's funny. It has the dude from the Falcon movie. I mean from the Falcon from the Avengers.
Where?
Fuck, I don't know his name.
The black guy?
Yeah, but he's in there, so you know it's funny.
Yeah.
But he basically realized that the certain places that you trip in. So like, I'll just say this: it's a fake DMT thing, and the fake DMT is killing people because it's sending them to real different places in different timelines and wherever they're standing. So it's that same spot, just wherever you're standing, it's a different time.
Word.
So he had to go find someone who went missing, right? And he went to the wrong place because that's where he thought she was. And when he went there, it was completely different, and he kept getting attacked whenever he traveled. But he realized that moment of realization of like, oh, so she wasn't sitting here. You have to be in a certain place. You have to be standing, like wherever you're standing takes you to a completely different place. Even if it's like 2 feet away. Like he dead ass moved like 2 feet away from where he was the first time, and he did it again and went to a whole different era. It was like an ice age, literally.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like, what if the totems themselves, like if I were to carry this bowl or this lighter, right, took me to a different place in my mind, or if I think about this lighter, it takes me to a different place in my mind.
Well, it does. Well,
Exactly.
That's what
You think about smoking. You think about the times that you had smoking. You think about the funny shit, like the stupid shit that you did, the times you got caught. Think about everything to do with this lighter.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. That's wild to me that you can do that.
That's beautiful.
And
That's how I feel about my car.
Yeah, good
Like,
fucking shit. I'm proud of you. That ass,
thanks.
bro. Because I don't
was
even
like-
got one right now. No, for real. First car, bro, that ass made me feel like a man.
Yeah.
That ass made me feel like a fucking man.
Yeah, like, especially, I know I told you this before, I just want to say this on the podcast just because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You think, bro?
I worked, you know what I'm saying, with my own 2 hands to get it. Like, everything in my life, I worked for with my own 2 hands. Like, literally, physically moving boxes. Like, that was my job, to grab a box with my own 2 hands and move it for hours on end in the middle of the night. I was nocturnal for, like, a literal actual year. I just lived in the night. I just had my own timeline. And not only did I buy the car by myself, I bought the car like while paying bills. You know what I'm saying? So
While living on your own.
Exactly.
Well, not on your own, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like living
exactly.
separate from your parents.
Exactly. Like,
Oh yeah.
I can legitimately tell my parents, like, I didn't need your help. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
legitimately did not.
Not even
need
that
your help.
you didn't need their help. It's just the fact of like hey, look,
Literally.
mom, dad, I did this.
You know what I'm saying? And anyone.
And that comes from them raising you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And even with people nowadays that maybe in the past I would be a little less assertive, or I feel low, like have lower self-esteem. Like no one could ever tell me I didn't work hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no one can tell me, no matter what they say, bro, like, you can't call me lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause everything
around me literally says different.
Exactly, you know, and it's a big part for me in my life. It's a big like chapter because I don't have to depend on anyone else anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no excuses on why I can't drive this place to get this job, or drive myself to and from work, or you know
Not
what I'm
even
saying?
that. You have no more excuses, period, because you just bought a car.
Yeah, yeah. It was
You just bought a fucking machine, bro.
a heavy ass machine,
A
bro.
heavy motherfucking. Yeah, that's crazy. Them bitches are dead ass like two tons.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
For absolute steel too. So
Steel. Now you just put a key into. You put a tiny little fucking key into it, and it just goes vroom and comes to life. But as long as it's got water, I mean, it's got its juice in there.
well, I meant like it was a steal. Like, I bought it for a steal. But...
Oh, I thought you meant like
No, I knew what you meant, but I was gonna let you finish your
It
thought.
definitely was a steal, though. Nigga, that ass stole it. He went to somebody's house and just hopped up in that
shit.
bitch. Nigga worked dumb hard.
Anybody discredit me?
Nah.
Nah, I feel you though, but
It's crazy,
And there's-
bro. It's crazy to like see like where you were at before, and the shit that you thought that you could never do, and then doing it and realizing that this is who you were the whole time, and that you can handle it because you were strong enough the whole time, because you were meant to go through that to get strong enough.
exactly,
That's so wild, man.
exactly. Yeah, you're gonna fuck with this book.
The Alchemist, I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm definitely gonna read that shit.
Yeah, The Alchemist.
Damn, son.
We'll talk about The Alchemist. Once he finishes, we'll have a whole episode just dedicated.
That's
to
a
The
fact. I'm not texting you about that shit, nigga. Don't expect no text from me
Yo,
until we
you-
do the podcast. But no, I know what you mean with that whole like the whole building shit yourself, especially when you come from it's not trenches, right? But like, I guess everybody has their trenches in their own way. You've really
Yeah.
been down bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all dead ass been there, and pulling yourself out of that, like pulling yourself really out of the fucking mud, bro. Like, your parents help you, of course. Your friends around you help you, of course. But there's certain shit that can only come from you, and when it dead ass does come from you, and you dead ass do change, and you see that change in your life, even though you won't never notice it, because you're living your life changing. And fuck, you can't see things when you're in the midst of it.
Exactly.
When you're in the ocean itself, you can't see the water. But when you come out of the water, you can see it. You know it's there. But it's that aspect of coming out of the water. You need to come out of the water. Get out. Bro, you're getting pruny. You're about to get cramps. You just ate, bro. Come on. Like, for real. And I'm saying it for real because it's like, I reiterate that shit to myself. And I want to remember that shit. And I want to one day be able to look back and see all the shit that I wanted to get done. And I want to see, not in the sense of like, oh, I want a car and I want a Lamborghini and I want a fucking private plane and my own fucking cabbies to bring me everywhere. So I'm gonna have so much money. No, I mean in the sense of like looking back and being like, yo, I wanted to be a good dad to my kids because my dad wasn't there for me. So it's like, and seeing that happen would be my fucking dream. Seeing my kids become good kids and grow up with all the shit that I taught them and all the shit my mom taught, all the good shit my mom taught me, all the good shit that everybody who was in my life and past that, like, because there's bad shit, of course, with everybody. But if you choose to focus on that, you're only gonna live that. Your past will be that. Your now affects your past, and your now affects your future. It's who you are, in the present moment, and how you remember things. That's your reality. And live your reality now like you want to be in the future. Like, start to change it to who you want to be. Be the person, like if you were a little brother and all your older brothers told you they don't want to hang out with you, or you were that friend that like you were the last chosen out of all your friends like to chill with. You know what I mean? Like, don't focus on that, I guess. I kind of forgot where I was going, though. Funny.
Go ahead, keep going now.
Yeah, don't focus on that. Focus on who you want to be. Focus on what made you as a child and what instilled morals into you. Like certain movies and shit, like Spirit of Sarasone. Spirit of the Sarasone.
Never watched it.
Or no, Stallion of the Sarasone. So it's that horse movie, the Disney horse movie.
With the white horse?
The yellow one.
Wait, where it's like they're all wild horses?
Yep.
I think I have seen it. I don't have
that shit. I know for a fact that instilled a certain mentality in me from a young age because I feel as though sometimes I am a wild mare.
Really?
What is a mare? Is a mare the dude or the?
I think a mare is the nigga.
The nigga? Is it? I think that's the child. I think that's like the baby horse, the mare. I don't know.
Edit that part out so we don't look dumb.
Nigga, that's the point. You're supposed to see us at our fucking worst so that they can see that, like, bro, not everybody's a genius. I'm not a fucking genius. I just be piecing stupid shit together, throwing it at the walls. And
it makes sense sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes when you throw shit at the walls, you get a picture.
Oh shit, I like that more. I was gonna say it sticks.
I realize that I am a wild stallion at heart. I'm a wild card. I never want to be tied down to a certain thing. Like in the movie, they use the imagery of him being tied up to a post because they want to break him. They want to make him a normal horse. But he's not a normal horse. He's a stallion, man. Yeah. And he has a fucking family in the Sarasone to protect. And he met a fucking cool ass Indian. And he's found him a nice little horse shorty. You know what I'm saying? That makes him think different. Like,
he's a free spirit now.
Yeah. And that's why his name is Spirit.
Yeah. And
he's fucking best friends with an eagle that flies.
Wow.
That's fucking dope, bro.
I just rewatched it.
Eagles are fucking sick. Nah. And like Pocahontas, right? Like, yeah. I know Pocahontas left an impact on me because she was my my first Disney crush. Like, I remember watching Pocahontas and like feeling shit.
Yeah.
Down there. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's be real. When you're a kid, and like when you're a kid, you know what I mean? Like, you see, there's more of a pureness to your affection, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I know for a reason I was drawn to it, and I know that reason is because she also is a free thinker. She also is that spirit. Yeah. Just in her own way.
Did you ever watch Brother Bear?
Yeah, fucking love Brother
Bear. Bro, I just watched it.
I cried so many times.
Dude,
as a kid, bro.
Dude, I watched it again for the first time in a while, like 2 weeks ago, bro. And
What's it on?
It's on Disney Plus, bro.
Oh, see that.
Dude, I did not, like, when I was a kid, I didn't pay that much attention, and I didn't realize that the dude killed the mom.
Yeah, man. That's what got me the whole time.
Yo, what? Yeah, like, I'm watching on the couch, I'm like, what just happened?
Bro. And then whatever it is,
What?
the spirits above, the entities that control us, whatever it is that puts the things in motion, made him into a bear because he killed a bear. Now go live your life.
Also, a bear was his totem.
An eye for an eye.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was his totem, it was a spirit animal, but I feel like they had to put that in there for the indigenous effect. You know what I mean?
We're picking at hairs. So.
I'm talking about the philosophical side of it. It's like, what you hate, you become.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Exactly. And so he became a bear. And he realized, oh shit, being a bear ain't so bad.
That shit really does teach a lot about forgiveness, yo. It really does. Like, yo.
You don't know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
You dead ass don't know. And both sides can be totally right from both, like, on different aspects. But the fact of the matter is, shit happened. All you can do is move forward.
But he attacked us first. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
I'm like,
in his
oh,
mind,
shit.
the way he viewed bears is how we view bears. That they're gonna attack you instantly. Imagine a fucking fat ass bear is right in front of you, and it's only getting mad because you just happen to be around its cubs, and you don't know the cubs are hiding.
Yeah.
You can't smell. We're fucking humans. The way we look at the world is differently than animals do, because they're in that. They're in the midst of that ocean.
That ass.
That's fucking crazy,
Dead
man.
ass.
And we're in the midst of our own ocean. I'm sure Max looking at fucking my brother getting out the car every day, like, why the fuck you drive that loud ass shit?
He does not
bro?
understand what the fuck.
No, he's like, it smells like ass, and you gotta fucking always fix it and stuff. Just walk. It's wild, man. It's so wild to see different perspectives.
Yeah.
It really honestly gives you a
better,
more rounder life.
Yeah, I was about to say a better perspective on like the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Circle of life. You want to hit the bomb?
Yeah, we're at like 45 minutes right now.
Ooh. That shit flew. My dad thought it was like 15.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about no crazy ass like, yeah, we need to edit this out type shit.
Yeah, actually, we're doing pretty good so far. Holy shit, man. Alright.
Like you said, let's go. Last time we like, let's go for an hour. And it's like, we just like started it and then we just kept talking after we started and it's been 47 minutes.
Honestly, I thought we was only could go for like 30 or so, but I'm fucking with it. We'll be back, boys and gals, though, because we want to take some fucking
drug hits, dude.
Welcome back. Sorry we fucking took so long. JK, it was only like 3 milliseconds for you babies out there. But what were you just saying before? You're on assassin mode.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, sometimes I feel like my brain just be on like assassin mode. Like, you ever hear someone argue about something that you know that you're about to be right about, and you just like know which like points to.
Yeah, you're feeling lethal.
Yeah.
You're feeling lethal. Yeah, that's the ISTJ shit. That's the ISTJ kicking in, because then you're like, alright, where can we cut out the bullshit?
Yeah.
Nah, right here. No. But.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
okay, yeah. Damn, actually, it was like going off of what you said. So what did you say before I said that?
Oof. I can't remember. We talked for a minute off the pod. Got high as fuck. But it's 4:20, guys. If you guys are listening right now, today it's 4:20. It's not 4:20 when you're listening, but it's 4:20 now. So live in the past or live in the present. Choose your road wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I turned off the light shit, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling weird.
Yeah. You know, funny, my friend, she said like she was like oh, when I come back or whatever, gonna want to do a podcast with you and Andre. And I was like, listen, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like,
You may not be able to handle it.
I was like, listen, man, it could get weird.
I
like,
don't want to tell certain people that they can't handle being on the podcast, so I just be like, it's just better conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like, I don't know, some people understand the vibes, some people don't.
What this typically is, and what our conversations are, like our intrinsic thoughts finally like extroverted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
all the
Like,
shit that I think about in my head all week long until I see this nigga and we finally get it out. Because none of my other friends want to listen to this.
Bro,
no
genuinely.
one gives a fuck. So it's like you need to understand that and just move on until you find a friend that you can.
It's like there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes like I'll say something and it's like, damn, they ain't even pretend they like.
They ain't even pretend to say, damn, that's crazy. That ass just let that shit rock.
Let that shit rock.
Yo,
I'm so glad you understand. Cause that. It's like you look around, it's like nobody, like that ass, and nobody's gonna respond right now. That ass.
Like, yo,
I was waiting so long just to say this, and it was
like 5 minutes to find the words for this, and then I spit it out.
This is genuinely a genius level thought. This is genuinely a genius level thought right now. Like this could actually change the world.
To them, it's dumb. To them, it's stupid.
For what
Like,
reason?
we just went full circle on the whole genius and dumb. To them, it's that ass dumb. They don't give a flying fuck about what we're talking about in the free thinking and psychonauting and shit like that.
Yeah.
But to us, it's fucking genius. To people who actually care about that shit, it's fucking genius. So it's like, who's wrong, who's right? Nobody. You just gotta find the people in your life that you can fucking vibe with. If you're feeling in a hood vibe, go chill with your fucking hood friends, man. Sometimes I'm on demon timing. I gotta be around, my hood niggas. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pull out the N word a little bit. Put on my fucking hoodies. You know what I mean? Sag a little bit. I can't wear Vans though. If I do wear Vans, it's usually my fucked up ones.
Word. Okay.
But like, when I chill with my hood friends, I make sure they know that I am white.
Okay.
You know, like I need to let them know. Like you need to let people know.
This isn't a competition. Like I know my place.
Yes, exactly. Be as hood as you want, bro. But I'm white, so I'm gonna definitely say weird shit throughout this conversation. I say I'm white, but that's because my personality's white. I'm racially ambiguous. So if you guys never listened to my podcast before,
You do. That's crazy that you say it, bro. You do have a white.
I have a white face. I actually have a white face. Like, if you can't see my skin color, I look white. I could pass for it. I'll show you a video after we're done of a guy who's white who looks exactly like me. Because Tom sent me in, and he was like, bro, after seeing this, it makes sense why you look the way you do. You have a white face. And I never thought about it. And I was like, damn.
That's crazy.
I really do. That's why I look like a weird
What do you think it is?
gamer.
Conditioning? Like, you were conditioned and...
Nah, I just think that I have my mom. Like, so, like, my nose... Right at the
I'm talking about like you have a white personality. I mean,
white personality, just being around Russians, being around black people, and realizing I have no place in either one of them. So I fucking made my own. I tap into both.
Yeah, you're
I'm weird like a Russian. Style. Russians are weird as fuck. I don't give a fuck. They're all weird in the same way, obviously, but I'm weird in a different way. I'm weird because like I use the shit that they think about and like how they think about shit and apply it to like American stuff. You know what I mean? So like rock music and stuff. I'm not give a fuck. I like rock music, but to them they're like, I like techno.
Okay.
Yeah, like my brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Exactly. That's what it all falls into place. Damn, we told these niggas what I am though.
What
You're like, do you think I was like, no, I said I mean being Russian and black. After I just said racially ambiguous.
Oh, okay.
I just defeated my whole purpose.
Yeah.
But nah, it definitely when you feel like you don't have a place on either side, it makes you feel like you don't have a place at all.
Yeah.
It puts you into depressives, but you gotta be a fucking adult about it and understand that you're different for a fucking reason.
Bro, sometimes I don't know if this is real or not, but maybe this is something that is self-projecting. But like I be feeling like people expect me to act certain ways because I am black. You know what I'm saying?
When I first met you, I 100% thought that you were gonna be like black, like just like regular black people, like invite people over to cookouts and like eat ribs all the time, and like you knew what collard greens are and shit like that. Like I have no clue what collard greens are, so.
yeah, bro. And like I don't know, sometimes I feel a certain level of like pressure. You know what I'm saying? To like,
To conform.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're weird. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I know I'm weird, sure, but like,
Bro, just
Yeah.
accept it.
you know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with a word. Like,
Yeah,
the way I
like-
see it is,
Like, it's literally just unique. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unique is just a prettier word for it. It's like
I mean,
beautiful and gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. It's the same thing. It's just fucking different words. One sounds more eloquent than the other, so we can label shit. But if you're weird, it's just that you're different. And being different isn't wrong. Being different is cool, actually, because you're fucking not afraid to be you. You're not scared of what others think because you know that you know more. You know what life is, and you believe in your life, and you believe in yourself, and you have to believe in yourself to even live.
that's a fact.
So you gotta believe in yourself in the weirdness of the unique. I guess I won't say weirdness because I know fucking a lot of people still out there are gonna take a connotation to it, but like
There's a stigma.
it's stigma. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And so like if you think of yourself as just like unique is nice, unique is beautiful, unique is the new cool, you're gonna fucking actually become cool, bro.
Yeah, unless you try to be weird on purpose.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the difference right there. The difference is like once you become
Yeah,
aware of what it is you're doing, you're no longer genuinely doing it. So if you're genuinely weird, genuinely be you, but don't think of it as, oh, I'm gonna do this so that I can be cool.
Yeah.
You will be cool. Don't worry about it is the thing. Don't think about that. Just allow the flow. Wu Wei. The art becomes the artist and the artist becomes the art, dude.
The poet becomes the poem.
Yeah, dude. And the poem tells the story of the poet. And you relate through that, dude. We're all one, man.
What the fuck?
It's 4:22, dude.
That's what time it is?
Yeah, it was when I last looked, so I had to fucking pull out the stoner.
Word, I feel it.
Also, it makes it less serious, you know? I don't like when I'm listening to, like, audiobooks and bullshit like that, when they're just like, and then you should try this and do this. And it's like, I really don't want to now. Put a joke in there, nigga. Like,
Yeah,
stop being
especially when
boring.
it's like straight up information and you can't really skip it either. Like if you were reading a book, you can kind of cheat with your eyes.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. All right, this is not that important right here. This is all in fucking...
It's like
this
you
is
gotta
all in
listen to 15
parentheses.
minutes of bullshit.
And realize that it was the prologue the whole time.
But,
So-
I downloaded this one audio book, bro. That shit said 26 hours. I'm like, I do not know. I did not know about this. I'm like,
How
how?
long it was when I bought it. That's just the one credit. That's all it said.
26 hours is a lot. But audiobooks do help, though.
They really do. I recently haven't been listening to any podcast, any fucking audiobooks. Been trying to learn from my own mistakes on my ESTP and ISTJ shit. Let them two work in unison and be a dickhead for a while. But
Straight
you know
up
what I'm
dickhead.
saying? You gotta hand
That's what
off
happens.
You gotta hand off the torch once in a while.
Yeah.
And if you are that personality type, don't get tight that you're fucking certain aspects of you someone can call on, because it's like, bro, it's just different aspects of somebody else's mixed with yours, because we all dead ass are connected somehow.
Yeah.
Like being an INFP, all of your an ENFP is literally a mirror image of a INFJ, except in the sense of like everything's opposite. It's the completion of the circle. And then INFP, all the like acronyms in there are one off. And they're in just a smaller, like a fucking upside down, like reversed way. That's how they're pictured. So you have the 4 grids, right? The first one for us is INFJ, which is our ego, and then ESTP. Super ego is is ISTJ, and I don't know what the last one is called, but it's ENFP, right?
Yeah.
Their ego,
The unconscious.
so it literally flops where these two on the left, the INFP, for them INFP and the ENFJ, right? It's flopped where ours would be INFJ as our ego. Their super ego is ISTP, while their subconscious is ESTJ. That's why they have such a high moral standard. And you have all of those because you can fucking. It's just somebody else. I don't know how to explain it. It's not somebody else inside of you, but we're all connected. And what does a connection mean? Something inside of you is connected to someone else inside of them, and that is that connection. That is that relation. You know what I mean? If you have friends in your life that are a certain personality type that fucking fits into your grid, you're more than likely gonna either get along with them great or fucking completely think that they're nuts and cut them out of your life. You can't handle the fact that it is you. They are you. And you are them. And we all just need to fucking get over ourselves, and understand what's within. And what's within is it's fucking weird. It's like you need to get over yourself to become yourself, and yourself is the same as everyone else at the basis. We are all unique, but we are all the same. We all bleed blood, and we're all made out of fucking skin and shit, and we think with our brains, and we have eyeballs. Not all of us have eyeballs, but the majority of us who were lucky have all the normal shit. And that's it. That's all that matters. I got 2 legs, you got 2 legs. I don't fucking, how to explain it? There's no difference. What the color is different, it's a different shade. Wow. Big fucking whoop. It's all about just realizing that where you come from doesn't confine you to who you truly are. You're always changing, but so you're only changing into who you actually are.
That's a good ending.
Huh?
Ending.
Oh, okay.
That's a good ending.
Or to me, that is. But it's been the Grinding Gears podcast, boys and gals. Say thank you to Taysir. Well, I'll just let y'all say that for a second. All right, now that you said that, do you have any closing remarks?
Yes. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?